Blue Reflection Second Light is Koei Tecmos' newest slice of life RPG on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC. This is a direct sequel to 2017's Blue Reflection, a game by Gust, the makers of the Atelier series, and most recently Atelier Ryza. If you're a fan of those games but you've never actually gave it a shot, Second Light is aiming to fix just that. While originally the story presents itself as a standalone entry as you get to know the happenings of this new mysterious world, you'll begin to see the shades of the past creeping in, and its connections to the old games comes to surface. You play as a group of students that seemingly out of nowhere wake up in a rather puzzling world where they have no recollection on how they got there or as to even who they are. The more they begin to string together their past, the more of this world begins to reveal itself, and quickly a plot of lost memories tied to stories of joy, sadness, betrayal, and depression begin to unfold. Thematically, this game is eerily similar to what Persona 5 does, as you unlock palaces that you must venture in to explore. In this game, they're referred to as heartscapes, and each one is directly tied to each one of the girls whose memories you're hoping to recover. While there's plenty of exploration and gathering of materials, combat and plenty of dialogue sequences are the driving factor of your excursions into these maps. They're often very based on the memories of the girls themselves in question, and there's no two ever alike. Even the themes are dramatically changing, and it's always feel like you're chasing a different emotion. Even the flow of the game is similar. Your home base is a nameless school where you wake up from and venture out into the hardscapes from there. It's here where a lot of your moments of calm take place, and you're given plenty to do, starting with crafting, not just items that will be useful to you in battle, but also something more akin to decorations that work as passive boosters for your team. These can be anything from like 10 damage % boosters to 5% more experience, or anything along those lines, meaning that exploring and collecting materials in the hardscape pays off once you return to the school and are given the choice to make more things a little bit easier for yourself. Characters level up as you typically expect, and you gain points based on their connection amongst one another. The key here is that you actually get to decide how to power up your characters and where to spend your points accordingly to either focus on one character's offensive, defensive, or even via support. It's a neat little option that constantly keeps rewarding the moments where each one of the girls has a conversation with one another and finds out just a little bit more about themselves and you. Rounding this out are the dating systems. Although it's not romantically focused in any sort of way, it works in a scaled down version of social links to give you even more time with a specific character. Combat is real-time focused, and time gauges are filling up constantly as you're given the option of choosing when to attack and whenever you want. The goal is to obviously bring down the enemy's health down to 0, but also raise your combo meter. As you do just that, more abilities become available, and the girls have the opportunity to unleash their full reflector rings. This is the source of their power and even their weapons, and when you hit certain parameters during combat, your characters will transform. To combat this, enemies can deal devastating damage or focus on crippling your combo and limiting the power from ever unleashing. So the game is often suggesting you focus on one character in a defensive set of duties to limit your combo chain from ever being broken. When it's all said and done, combat feels quick and rewarding, but you'll often be fighting a lot of the same enemies over and over, so that joy may be short-lived if you have to grind. Performance on the Nintendo Switch is acceptable, but it quickly becomes obvious that in order to achieve this, some visual sacrifices had to be made. While the game looks great in the OLED screen and handheld, dock leaves a lot to be desired. If you were expecting the same level of visuals as Atelier Ryza or even Atelier Ryza 2 that achieved on the hybrid system, you might end up being a little bit disappointed. Blue Reflection Second Light is a game about connections and what you must do to regain everything that makes you who you are, as each of the girls realizes their ups and downs and comes to terms to their lives and personalities that they ended up forgetting. While the story may not be the most original, several aspects round out the experience make it a charming chill RPG that has something new to offer, even if you're willing to look past the not so pretty visuals at times. Nintendo Sphere gives Blue Reflection Second Light on the Nintendo Switch a 7.5 out of 10. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!